Hello everybody, welcome to part 2 of making this Castlebase map. Um, in the last video I kind of laid out the concept of the room, large statue in the middle, nice little pillar system over here. I kind of like the way it's come out, but I need to make adjustments because this looks really ugly right now. Well, I did some looking into how the Amnesia developers worked with Cistern-Base. So I'm gonna use what they did for a bit. For one thing, I'm going to get rid of the default walls and add extensions which look a lot nicer and more consistent than as you can see they're missing this. Hang on, one's right there. As you can see they're kind of missing this weird bottom thing on the wall which makes it look bad. So let's just start with that. That'll be a very fast change. And overall, this map in general is going to look really nice after I'm done with the lighting, but we aren't even close to that. I really am going for the grandiose feel to the map. I want it to look really nice, really make the player in awe when they see it. That's the general feel. This is mostly a safe area. What could I say? Also, I was just thinking to myself, and I don't want to just do very flat, you know, straight walls. I kind of want to experiment with curved walls. I think that'll be really nice. Okay. So this is still kind of misaligned. I'm gonna fix that. But first I just want to get the walls done, because the walls kind of don't ever change. The actual platforms and stuff can always be modified in some way. So as you can see, there's a lot more space here than over here. So that's a simple change. We could easily just move this entire thing over. Well, actually it looks like this is off center, so we don't even have to touch that. We have to actually move this, and I'm gonna figure out where exactly it got off misaligned, because right there, that's center. That is the exact center of it. So we'll find the culprit and deal with him. So let me just work on that. Okay, so what probably has to happen is I just have to move, yeah. So I think it's this wall that's the problem. I may have put it in the wrong spot, which is always a possibility. So let's just move the rest of these walls over one, and then this guy can move over here. And now the walls are fine. We're also going to get rid of this, get rid of that, move this guy down, and add another extension here. Okay, that'll get fixed up, and when I do my ceiling, I will work on the doorway to make it look more natural. Alright. So one thing I just thought of is I don't actually want the player to be able to fall down here, so I'm going to add some barriers to make sure he can't do that. But that's something that I don't have to worry about right now. What I do want to do is create a back wall, and I didn't actually plan on this, but I have a good idea of what I want to do now. So let's start by using rounded walls. Use the extensions, of course. And although these don't work well with the transitions, I can still make them. I can still fake them so that they look nice. Let's see. Let's experiment. Okay. And so we'll have our doorway in between this. This is the doorway leading out. And this guy goes down there. And this guy goes there. Okay. And then I can repeat. Sorry for the lack of commentary, I'm just filling in this space. Okay. That is good. Now let's see how we can work on... What I could just do is something like that. Or... Actually... Whoa. Didn't want to delete that? Okay. So what I'm going to do is make a default. And just have this act as the bottom for the curved walls. And there we go. So now there's this nice curved walls in the back, and it looks good right now. It still needs a lot of work. What's missing in between all these walls is welders, and we have that available to us. Is it this? I believe it's this is the asset. You could use other welders, but let's try this one. This is the default cistern-based welder, which is something we could use. Let's try it out and see how that looks. Where are you going? Yes, there we go. Alright. Okay. Looks a little weird. But not horrible. So let's go ahead and start fleshing out some more of this. I'm not going to create any broken platforms right now, just for the initial implementation. I'm just going to create normal platforms that I could always destroy later if I wanted to. And that looks really cool, actually. At this point I'm just making it up as I go along, but I'm actually liking the way my design is going. Okay. And I'm probably gonna add a staircase down here, so let's actually just add that in now. So I'm gonna put an intersection here and then add a staircase. Where could I find a staircase? Special stairs. There we go. Okay. And so even though this room is symmetrical, I think that there is enough variation to not confuse players. They'll easily be able to go through this room without too much trouble, and that's what I try to do. You never want to confuse players. That's the absolute worst you can do. Okay. Now, if you notice here, there's this little part where if the player falls in here, you know, he'll be stuck. We don't want that. So in order to fix that, I'm actually going to break. There's actually these broken walls, and this is why I said I was going to wait. There is these end blocks that are broken. So what we could do is actually place them. And now the player can't get stuck there. But he also can't cross it. You know, he can jump from here to there, but it's a tricky jump. So in order to help, I'm actually gonna, you know, kind of fake it. Is there a... Yeah, there's actually a better one. I don't actually need to construct this. I can just do this. And the player can jump, you know, from here to there. Something like that. And now the player isn't stuck if he falls down and fails, which is always a good thing. And we've actually constructed the entire chamber, actually. So let's start filling it in. And for over here, you don't want to do the same thing. So I could actually block that off. What I could do is what could I do here? I could do some creative stuff. Nah, that's weird. I haven't figured out. So for over here, I'm actually gonna have an intersection block. This is gonna be a normal. And see, when these challenges present themselves, you have to be able to problem solve to be able to fix them. And to here, I'm problem solving by removing the troublesome area. So now we kind of have this hole here. And to fix that, all I'm going to do is add one of these guys, a plane. Alright. Yeah, I'm getting some ambient noise. I just noticed that. It's coming through the mic. I'm not sure why that's happening. So I apologize. I think it may be my air conditioner. But I can't take that off. It's too hot. And I'm actually going to construct the same thing over here, because I actually like this a lot. I just have to change some things around. Okay. Okay. So that's pretty cool. We actually have an area over here where the player can fall, but he should be able to use the bridges to get back. So that shouldn't be too much of a problem. Okay. Well, it was a lot of work, but I think I've gotten the layout of the map down to what I like, something that I'm comfortable with. Only took me 40 minutes, I guess, in total to get that done. But it takes as long as it has to for me to be happy. Because if I'm not happy with it, how could you guys be happy with it? Although these maps will probably never be played. But maybe for Soma, if they release the tools, I'll make some custom stories, but that's very unlikely. I like designing this stuff, but it is mostly for fun. Okay, well, let's actually start on the ceiling, because I'm getting sick and tired of only doing the floor. The ceiling will be easy, actually. I'm just going to follow the pattern done by the walls, so I'm just going to follow the walls. Nothing crazy needs to be done. I'm going to start by doing the corners first. That'll make it easier. I'm going to do the round corners now. It's only 4 of those. Okay, this guy is misaligned. There we go. This guy is fine. And now I'm going to actually do the middle of this. And then I have to do the convex corners, which are the opposites of the concave corners. Obviously. Okay. Not that much more. Just have to do the other half of the room, and I can just cover that up pretty nicely, actually. And you would never even know that it's wrong. And one more of this. Understand that these maps can get infinitely more complicated than what I'm doing. And I don't have the advantage of a concept art team and a design document and a personal modeler to do what I exactly want. That's how these maps are generated. You know, you create base assets like the walls and stuff, and everything's special. You can draw concept art and really flesh out something and model it, but I don't have the time nor the desire to do any custom stuff. So I'm just trying my best to construct a world based on the base assets that they give us. So that's what we have now. The ceiling is on level with the pillars, and everything is aligned really nicely. Another thing I kind of, would that look good? I don't think it would, actually. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of the arches and I'm intentionally breaking it. And I'm going to move him it's a possibility that the arches are misaligned. I don't know yet. I'll see. Okay. So obviously if that thing is broken, then the pillar there wouldn't be much use. So that's going. And we're going to replace that with a broken pillar. Okay. And I think that's nice. So let's do two things. Let's finish tiling the map. I'm not going to be so picky with the actual map, with the actual tiles anymore. I'll let it go through floors and stuff, you know. I was doing that because optimization, but I don't really think it has an effect on the grand scheme. That's just me being paranoid. So let's go ahead. Ooh. Excuse me. And let's go ahead and finish tiling. Okay. And let's get a water plane. That's in textures, water, and I guess we can use sewer water or cistern. Let's use cistern water. Yeah. Let's make this plane. Is it on 0? No. -1? No. -0.5 is where this would be. And we're just going to create a plane of water. For some reason I tiled it. Dumb. Okay. Well, now we have water, so this is, you know, coming out nicely. Yeah, this is the chamber as it stands right now. It's still completely pitch black because I haven't even come close to touching lighting yet. But so far, so good. Kind of creepy if you walked into this, to be honest. Once again, I'm also going to take off those axes. I really don't like them. Alright. I'm not going to add more pillars until I start detailing more. There's obviously a lot more work I need to do into this map. A lot more work. Well, for starters, let's just do that at least. Alright. Don't need these anymore because I removed the staircase. Some cool thing I just thought of. Let's see. You could literally do anything. And we could have something over here, maybe a treasure chest or something. Or an altar. Probably an altar would make more sense. And I actually kind of like the idea of having transitions here, so I'm going to go crazy and add more. That's good. It adds a little bit more variation. I don't want a bridge here. I want a normal. So now I'm adding actually kind of more varied shapes to make this little platform a little bit more unique. And I'll even go farther because my brain is telling me to. Trust your instincts. Go nuts. It's your map for all. Maybe that's some weird symbol. Also, the variation does obviously help with navigation, even though it should be very obvious. Okay. Let's do the ceiling. Let's finish the ceiling because these weird tiles are... Is there a ceiling to this? No. Let's use a ceiling we have here. I like this. Well, it's gonna come up upside down. How am I doing on time? 30 minutes? Alright, so the ceiling is the last thing I'm going to do in this video, and then I'll call it. Definitely going to align this to world chords. Well, I'm making a lot slower progress on this series of videos than on the last one, but I will not be deterred. Alright. Let me know in the comments section, assuming you get this far. Let me know what you think of these videos and what I could do to improve. Ultimately, I'm just doing this to map alongside with you guys. Give me feedback on the quality of the maps or anything you'd like to see, and I will. Maybe you can help me map these for me. Not for me, with me. I think we're going to do some more improvements to the ceiling, because right now it looks kind of generic and boring. Something that springs to mind immediately is creating a second layer here. So I guess I'm going to go over in this video, and usually I only want to take 30 minutes at maximum, but I keep going over that. Okay. Yeah. This is weird, a little bit. Okay. Well, I'll take it. That's a weird dimension. I've never seen that before. Stranger things have happened. Generally, everything is aligned so that it's mirrored on both sides. Assuming you're snapped at a grid. I think I'm just mumbling at this point. I'm sorry. But I think the general layout of the map is pretty much done. The only thing I have left to do is lighting and propping, so that's still a very hefty job. If I do it right, at least. Okay. Well, in this video I've completed my chamber. At least the very, very bare minimum to call it a chamber. I have a lot to do left, and I look forward to it. Let's actually, before I go, let's actually get these doorways in there. I'm not sure what kind of doorways I'm looking for. We'll just put these in temporarily. Alright, now, this is a very large room. Now I'm done. Thank you for watching this video, and stay tuned for part 3, where I will start detailing this room even further, and maybe start lighting it. Thank you for watching.